Loser here, and we're off for our last lesson of a beautiful Spanish flamenco piece. Our last four notes from the previous lesson to the next part. Now, once again, you can also open at the same time while you're watching this video into another tab, the tabs, or another window. If you've got a split screen, it's even better, so you have them, or you can print them out. It's on my website. So we got left off on the previous lesson of going with the last four notes of the first and second string. Here we want to use the index and the middle left hand finger to take a little E minor chord. It's not very hard to do. Just put your index on the fifth string, the middle bass, on the second fret, and your middle badass finger on the second fret again on the fourth. Here we want to use a little easy pattern. Plug the middle bass, and then the fourth. And then with your index, the third string, and with your middle of your right hand, the second string, while holding the E minor. Now, we can imagine we have a triplet. Right after we play this bass note, now we have a triplet. And that triplet, we're gonna do it one more time. Yeah, so here we want to think of lifting up the index and slide 2 frets down on the fourth string on the fourth fret, and just pluck. That went to the fourth of the second and open. At the same time, in between that note, you want to use your middle right hand finger to pluck the open second string. So we have so far it reminds a little bit of malagueña, yeah, playing thumb, middle, or thumb, index. I find it with the middle much easier. One last time and then we continue. Now this shape might be a little bit weird. It reminds me a little bit of a D minor, where you want to place your ring finger on the fourth string, always counting from down up. That's our last bass on the fourth fret. Your index on the second fret of the third string, and your middle badass finger on the third fret of the second string. Here we want to use fourth, third, and second string with the thumb, index, and middle finger. In this case, we're playing like a reverse triplet. First is the bass with the thumb, the fourth string, then is the middle finger on the second, and then the index on the third. The second time we come to this triplet, we're going to pluck again with the middle finger, and then with the index, middle, thumb, middle. It might sound a little bit confusing, guys, but it's quite straightforward. You practice that by saying thumb, middle, index, thumb, middle, index, middle, index, middle, thumb, middle. Write them down. And when you're coming to that double repeat, increase the volume, the pressure, the muscle pressure a little bit. So you start soft, like you're putting a little bit wildness into it. Now we're going to do the same pattern, but we're just going to change to a more simpler chord, our C major. Here we want to start it by using first a regular bass on the middle, and then we do the principle of the triplets, but on the same strings as we did before. So we first have this extra bass. I hope I was clear on that one. So we have that extra bass. And this part I really enjoy. It's not hard to do, just from the C major, you want to lift up all your fingers, keep the shape of these two fingers, and place the middle on the middle bass. That's the middle badass finger of the left hand on the second fret of the fifth string, and your index will go on the first fret of the 4th string. Let's play it without this extra note. There is a note just like before in between each basses using the 2nd open string with the middle finger. But first let's learn the thumb. The thumb plays once on the 5th string, once on the 4th string. Put your pinky a little bit of a stretch on the 4th fret of the 4th string. Then the 3rd string down with your middle finger on the 2nd fret and lift up and play it open. If we put them together, now the first one we play it without a middle finger on the 2nd open string, but the rest of the notes we want to have that open B string in between. So once again, so we don't get confused, let's play it together. You can either pause the video and practice it with your tabs. The fingerings, we're just doing them as easy as possible, and with a little bit of practice I'm sure you guys can play it in no time. So here we go from the last 4 notes of video number 2. And here we're gonna start once again the same thing, but we started this video by playing that extra bass like we do on the C, but because we finished from a previous run, we want to go straight away to the 3 roll down, middle, index, middle, and then remember this odd looking shape. Now there's a little lift of the middle finger. You notice there's an open 2nd string. I hope you can read it and figure out where it is, but from my point of view, the middle finger passes about 3 times from that 2nd string. So one is pressed with the middle finger on the 3rd fret, the other one is open, and the other one is pressed again. Excuse me, so wrong bass. And here we go slow. And the 4th time is just how to finish the pattern. That, I think, is just a change of note to say we're coming towards the end of the falsetta. It's called a llamada, which in Spanish means the call. And then we shape the C major, we play exactly the 5th bass, then the pattern we've learned. And to finish it off, we have, here we did before, but here we want to finish. That's on the 5th string, on the 2nd fret, open, press down on the 3rd fret. Now lift up your middle badass finger, play once, and hammer on pull off from the 3rd to the 2nd, or from the 2nd to the 3rd to the 2nd. Too confusing, isn't it? Then open, then on the 6th, top 6th string here, 3rd fret, 2nd fret, boom, boom. And right here, we can jump to the finish, but as I played it in the original video, you want to jump back to what we've learned on the 2nd piece. And play that whole 2nd video throughout all the way to the last notes, and then start again. Exactly the same way that we've learned to finish the 2nd time around, but instead of going back to the 2nd video, we're gonna play this little weird chord. I think we had it in the previous video where we put our middle badass finger on the 5th string on the 2nd fret, and on the 3rd string on the 2nd fret again we put our ring finger. We plug the 5th, the 3rd and the 2nd string using thumb, index, middle, plug them together. And right here, put down your index on the, it's free I hope, the index, on the 1st fret of the 4th string. I think we've learned that on the first video, where we plug this triple notes. But instead of finishing as we've learned on the first video, 2nd, 1st, 2nd, we're gonna finish from the 1st to the 2nd. Because that gives the sense of completion, of finishing our falsetto. You can use your thumb or back to our little triple shape we just did, and then shape an E minor and strum down. I hope that was easy to explain. I didn't go too much detailed on it because I know you guys heard the video being played and you also have the tabs now, so it's gonna make everything, your life much easier. Just slow down and watch the finger shapings. They're really gonna help you. Make sure you comment and rate, guys, and share it with your friends on Facebook, on YouTube. Any kind of help is more than welcome. And to finish this video, if you like to learn how to do what's called the abanico technique, where I did to go a little bit faster, well, I already have 2 other videos on that, so you guys can check on one of these ones and have fun with it, learn it, put it in other of your songs and compositions. Come over on Facebook and find our group or the page where we post daily between musicians our own videos or of our favorite musicians. Thank you for watching. God bless. See you on the next video, guys.